Welcome to Cockney Byrites FA Cup Glory Hunt. This is where I take a team from the extra prelim round and then follow the victors all the way through the rounds until the FA Cup final in May. I'm Cockney Byrites, and today you join me in the land for a very special FA Cup Glory Hunt. With me today is Joe Gibney. Now for the last 2 seasons, Joe Gibney's been doing his own Road to Wembley. Alright, Joe?
Yeah, you can copy.
Fist me.
Pleasure.
This Saturday, your Road to Wembley team, Beaconsfield, take on my FA Cup Glory Hunt side, Felixstowe Walton United, in the third qualifying round of the FA Cup. How do you see this historical game going?
Historical game it is, because both sides have gone as far as they've ever gone.
Yeah. And
the winner's going to be one lucky draw away from potentially the first qualifying round, a live game on BT or BBC, who knows.
Yeah.
So it should be great fun. It's level 8 versus level 9 in effect. There's 2 things to look at. Beaconsfield played really well against Whittam. They played with no fear at all. Their oldest player was 23 years old. So all fair play to that club for letting youth gain experience and play with no fear. Went for it and were deserved winners. Felixstowe, on the other hand, although they're the away side, might not be feeling like the away side come Saturday, because Beaconsfield had 84 people for their last FA Cup game, and Felixstowe are trying to get 2, maybe even 3 coaches there. Right. They've sold out a coach already. There is a chance that there might actually be more away fans than home fans, even though Felixstowe and near High Wycombe is many, many miles apart in effect. Yeah. But a historical day, and frankly, if anyone's near the area, they should make every attempt to go there. So, definitely. I would say it's a 50-50 game, and it's a case of whoever's got the nerve on the day to start off, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if it went to a replay. I'd be surprised if somebody ran away with it. No, I think it'll be a close game myself. Yeah, I really do. So who's Beaconsfield's danger man? Who should we be looking out for in this? Bear in mind, I've only seen them once in this run, but as said, there was some real terriers on the midfield who were winning every 50-50, like Minas and Lasasa and Jones, and some quality players all round. As I said, the defence looked pretty secure. When they went 3-1 up, I never thought for a second that Whittam were going to get the second goal, never mind a third goal. No. So again, it's enthusiasm can count for an awful lot, especially on a big day like Saturday. And one talking of enthusiasm, as I was a second ago, in Beaconsfield last home game, you might think, it was a 2-2 draw, nothing to it, but they're actually 2-0 down in the 93rd minute. Oh, that's good. And they'll do them a favour. There's a bit of momentum going into that 93rd, 96th minute. They were the ones who came off the pitch thinking, we played like winners. It's like winning a game. That I was going to say, what sort of form they in at the moment? I mean, no, they're not at the best. They'll be looking at Felixstowe. They were about 2nd, 3rd in the table last time I looked, and they're constantly playing well, probably frankly in the forms of their lives. Beaconsfield need to be just careful that Saturday, I know, is a massive game, of which £7,500 to the winner is going to feel like an awful lot of difference to whether it's a floodlight or a tea hut or even an extra few quid on their wages or whatever. Yeah. You could accuse them of unfortunately taking their eye off the ball, but I'm not their manager, so I wasn't there. But the results sometimes to speak for themselves. But hopefully this Saturday they'll play like the way they did against Whittam. Yeah, I mean, Felixstowe come in, they've won their last 2, and they're going to be really up for it. Obviously, beat Stalford in the last round. They are even away from home. So, but to have a level 9 beating a level 6, I thought was the shock of the round. I agree. I thought if they didn't win the team of the round, I'd imagine they'd have been very close. I had a feeling before the game. I just had a feeling they were going to pull it off. You did. I saw on the blog it said you up the seaside. So that was. So Joe, this is your 2nd Road to Wembley. It is. Although 10 years ago you just do a Road to Cardiff. Yeah. Scenic route. Yeah, fair dues. So do you want to tell us a little bit about the Road to Wembley? The idea of the Road to Wembley is a chance to go to new grounds, meet new people, meet new teams in effect, and say the great excitement comes with the draw. So come July or August, the FA.com on their website has already got the first 2 rounds sorted, so you know where you're going your extra preliminary round, and you know you're going to preliminary round. The trick is not necessarily to look at that game, but to look at the replay, switch it round and say, can you do that replay on the Tuesday night, on a Wednesday night? Can you afford it? Can you afford to take time off work? Will they allow? And to be honest, my work have always been very good on that side of things. It can be great, and it's a lovely bunch at Stanway Rovers, lovely people, lovely clubhouse, and so on. But then when you've seen the same side for the fourth occasion, you think it's time to go somewhere else now. And then, unfortunately, last year I got stuck with Chelsea between rounds 3 and round 6, which A, means the tickets are very hard to come by, and B, because they're more likely to be live on telly at some point, it's a case of needs must, and you try and you do your best to get a ticket. But honestly, never give up, because I got as far as Everton Chelsea and then Everton Man United in the semi-final, and then 2 days beforehand I did not have a ticket, nor was anywhere near getting a ticket for the Everton Man United semi-final. And then the Wednesday before, in Martinez's last day as Everton manager, they got stuffed 4-0 at Liverpool, and people were all over the Everton fans saying never going to watch them again. So therefore missing somewhat the spirit of the FA Cup. But it was an opportunity for me, which I took. I was able to get a ticket. But absolutely no harm in writing to the FA or asking them and saying you're prepared to pay the price. The worst thing that can happen is to say no, but at absolute worst, give it a go.
And obviously last season you ended up actually at Wembley
watching Crystal Palace Man United, and said that, and again the FA were kind enough to sort me out for a ticket on their side of things, and I was able to prove with the programme start. So from beginning to end, I said, like, here's the 14, what turned out to be 15. I wasn't just a jack and a lad, or give us a cup final ticket and let's hope for the best. I was able to prove I did it from beginning to end. Can we do something? I'll pay for it, and they were happy to oblige.
That's brilliant. That's good. It's good that they look after you like that.
Indeed, I don't expect that to happen again. Hello, FA. But
what's the furthest you've had to travel?
I ended up at Newcastle. When they were on the road to Cardiff 10 years ago. They ended up playing Tottenham, and I'm afraid to fly.
Right.
But whatever was, it was a case of needs must. And just grit my teeth, close my eyes, and hope for the best.
It didn't take long to get there, would it?
And I'm still here.
No, exactly. I went with her.
Right.
Yeah, I have. I went there early 90s. Oh, great game. 1-2-1. Well, anyway, on the way back, me and my mate, Camp Barry, he weren't gay, he was a scout leader. Anyhow, what happened is, come back, realised, got on the wrong train. Nightmare, right? So we're coming back, we're about to come back. We're going to the station we were meant to be going to. Back in them days, obviously, there were no automatic doors. No automatic doors or nothing. So he's come up with this fantastic idea that we should try to get off the moving train and jump back off the platform. So anyway, I went first, jumped off. Luckily, managed to stay on my feet. Old Cat Berry had a go. He jumped off, rolled straight into a pole. What a twat.
Supporting Barnet as I did once upon a time, and still do actually. That is my club. I've been to over 200 grounds.
Okay.
Come on, mate. I'm not one of those ticking off the 92 club. No. I do it for the reasons which I now do the Road to Wembley, for the local atmosphere, the trip, the day to look forward to, the camera beer guide, for want of a better phrase, and places to go and people to see.
Favourite grounds you've been to?
I have a soft spot for the Haringey Borough ground, because when they did their FA Cup, they were also giving away free, gratis for all the local residents, league season tickets. Oh, right. They're worth about £150.
Yeah.
And I'm sure their reasoning was, once we get them in young, they can have a wander around the clubhouse and they can get the flavour of non-league football in effect, which I thought was a magnificent gesture on their part. And I hope a lot of people took it up, and their crowds are going to go up. Because Haringey played with them in a non-league day. Mm-hmm. And I got annoyed when people were saying, "Oh, there's no football on today because England are playing. Yeah. There's no Premier League." Well, that doesn't count as there's no football.
No, absolutely.
There would have been at least 200 games.
Absolutely. There's
and
always
just go and search for a game.
Yeah.
It's a case of go and trust your local boys, support them, buy a pint, buy a burger.
Yeah.
The supporters and that local club will love you forever.
Well, absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree. So now, what we're going to do a football challenge, and it's a table football penalty shootout. So we're going to do paper, scissors, stone. Yeah?
1,
2, 3. There you go. You win.
I will go first.
Fair enough. Joe, so we're going to do a FA Cup quiz now.
We'll give it a go.
Yeah, we've got a leaderboard going and all that, so, you know, just try your best.
Right.
There you go. Multiple choice, so
well, if we get a dozen of these at most, so the worst that can come is about 12, so we'll say so.
Well, we had done 12 yet, so. So it's question number 1. Who won the FA Cup in 1966? Was it A, Liverpool? Was it B, Everton? Or was it C, Arsenal?
I can't have Arsenal, because that would have been when they won it in 71. I think that was the first time in many years they won it. Liverpool, no, that would be 65, I think. 65 and 74 for Liverpool, so go Harry Catterick, 66, Everton.
Absolutely right. 1966 was Everton.
There you go, I'm off to 0. So, onwards.
We're already winning.
Onwards and upwards.
Number 2. Who scored a winning goal for Ipswich versus Arsenal in the 1978 FA Cup final? Was it A, TREVOR WHYMARK? Was it B, John Dean? Or was it C, Roger Osborne?
I know that, and I'll tell you why I know that. It's Roger Osborne is the answer, and he was substituted out of it because he was too excited.
That's absolutely right.
Bobby Robson said he had a bit of a panic attack.
Yeah.
And therefore, so for reasons I've said earlier about my FA Cup memories, I said that was a bad day in the Islington household.
Yeah.
But Roger Osborne is a poor soul. He scored the goal and had to be taken off out of excitement.
Yeah. Absolutely right. Number 3. Man United defender Chris Smalling won the FA Cup last season. You were there?
I was, yeah.
But which non-league side did he start his senior career with? Was it A, Sutton United? Was it B, Maidstone United? Or was it C, Enfield Town?
This is going to be an absolute potluck. So Sutton, Maidstone or Enfield.
Yeah.
So I'll probably go to ones that have been playing the most games on that side. So Enfield nearly went bust. He's a young lad now. Mason's finest. I'll only go for Sutton just for the sake of they might have played a few games more.
Unfortunately, it was Maidstone United.
Right.
Okay, number 4. What is the furthest round a non-league club has got to in the FA Cup since the war? Now, is it A, the 4th round? Is it B, the 5th round? Or is it C, the 6th round?
Since the war, that's going to be something. Leatherhead, 75. We're on the telly against Leicester. Leatherhead, Lip, and all that. That would be in the 4th or the 5th round. I'd be surprised if I wondered if it was the 6th round. It's probably before my time, so I'll go for the 5th round.
Yeah, 5th round's absolutely right.
Cool.
And it's been done 7 times
since
the war. And the last one was Luton in 2013.
you don't think of Luton as a non-league club
You
these
don't,
days. Yeah,
no,
it's,
they come up again, didn't they? So
the National League is so strong these days. You
It
think
is.
of Tranmere and
Dagenham and
before I
Redbridge.
mentioned Dagenham and Redbridge. We'll move on quickly. Guess where we are?
Number 5. Tim Bazaglo scored a hat-trick for Woking in the third round in 1991
Yeah.
against which club? Was it A, West Brom? Was it B, Watford? Or was it C, West Ham?
That was West Brom.
It was West Brom.
That was at the Hawthorns, and I think they scored 4 that day.
They do score 4, yeah. 4-2 it was. Brilliant. Number 6. Who did Spurs beat in the semi-final in 1981 after a replay on their way to lifting the famous trophy? Now, was it A, Ipswich Town? Was it B, Exeter City? Or was it C, Wolverhampton Wanderers?
I know they've won a semi-final versus Wolves, 3-0 at Highbury, and there was a really good goal in there, and it might have even been Mr. Villiers again before he'd done his magic in the final.
I think it was.
So I don't know the year, but I'll take a punt at Highbury or Wolves.
Yeah, it was Wolverhampton Wanderers. Well done. Number 7. Who scored the winning goal for Arsenal in the 1993 FA Cup final replay against Sheffield Wednesday? Now, was it A, Steve Morrow? Was it B, Dave O'Leary? Or was it C, Andy Linnigan?
I promised the neutrals this questions are not fiddled, but the first Wembley Cup final I ever went to was that one. Funnily enough, and it was the 119th minute, and I was looking forward to a penalty shootout against Sheffield Wednesday, and it didn't happen, and it was because of Andy Linnigan.
It was because of Andy Linnigan.
His header past Chris Woods.
Did you know that David O'Leary played his last ever game for Arsenal?
I did not.
In that game.
No, so he went
That's
out.
why I put him in there.
Went out a winner, as he should. He's
Absolutely.
I've met him. He's a lovely man.
Number 8. In 1973, Sunderland famously beat Leeds in the final. But who scored the Black Cats' only goal? Was it A, Ian Porterfield? Was it B, Bobby Kerr? Or was it C, Dennis Stewart?
That was Porterfield, or as David Coleman would say, and I'm not going to try an impression, thank God, but it said Porterfield 1-0. That's David Coleman would say.
Yeah.
Of course, the other memory of that is it's the best save ever with Jim Montgomery.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not last.
No, definitely not. You've got a good chance of winning this. Number 9. Which one of these England managers is the only one to have appeared in an FA Cup final? Is it A, Sir Bobby Robson? Is it B, El Tellboy Venables? Or is it C, Sir Alf Ramsey?
That is a good question. I never thought that. So, Terry would have been Tottenham or QPR. QPR, yeah, it's got a chance. Alf Ramsey, you just think of him as a manager rather than a player in effect. And the first one was
Sir Bobby Robson.
Bobby Robson. Again, if he was playing his Bobby Robson went with several clubs. So it's black and white, whatever the way you look at it. I will take a punt at B without being convinced. I wouldn't be surprised if it was A instead.
In 1967, Terry Venables played the Spurs against Chelsea in the final.
Lovely.
Well done.
I thought I had a two-way go there, Tottenham or QPR, so there was a shot.
And finally, number 10. Back in the day, Newcastle United were a massive team. But what year did they last win the FA Cup? Was it A, 1955? Was it B, 1956? Or was it C, 1957?
I can remember all their losing finals and all the recent. They were absolutely awful in all of them. They didn't turn up against Arsenal, didn't turn up against Man United. So 53 would have been Blackpool after that. And what did they say? Should we say they haven't won anything in 61 years or 60 years or 59 years? I will just go for, if in doubt, go for A. For absolutely no reason at all.
1955.
55.
Yeah? 1955 is the correct answer. Well done, Joe.
Right, I don't deserve that one. So that really wasn't if in doubt, go for A.
Well done. I don't know how many you got there.
9. I've got the mates.
You got 9. You got 9. Brilliant. Absolutely 9 out of 10.
Did disgrace myself.
Top of the leaderboard.
Thank you.
Well done. Well done.
I look forward to the Star Prize.
Yeah, yeah. You look forward to that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Joe, just want to ask you about your FA Cup memories. You know, like your personal ones. You know, things that stand out for you over the years.
Cool. Well, the first game I can remember was on television was the 1977 FA Cup final.
Right.
I would have been 7 years old, living in Islington, and that was Liverpool Man United.
That's right.
That was Liverpool trying to win the
Double.
the European Cup and frankly everything.
Yeah.
And Man United did them 2-1. I thought, everyone's getting very excited about it. It's 100,000 people. And this is the day where youngsters get football 8 days a week now. But of course, we only got England live and the FA Cup final.
That's
live.
right. That's right.
That was it.
Yeah.
I thought, right, so I followed Liverpool on television whenever they were in the European Cup, as it then was.
Yeah.
I thought, great. And the FA Cup became a fond memory. I'd say, because always something happening on Cup final day. Ipswich shocking Arsenal the year after that. The 1979 game, the 5-minute final, as I said, there were 3 late goals. With Mr. Sunderland and the rest of it. And we went to the parade because we were just round the corner from Upper Street, which is where Islington Town Hall was.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought maybe 2 men and a dog would turn up. I was 9 by then, and honestly, it was length and breadth from Highbury Corner to Upper Street to Angel Tube Station. Must have been 6 figures there.
Yeah.
Health and safety, I think, took the day off that day.
Yeah, different age.
And then in 1980, I sort of, in a strange way, blamed myself for Arsenal's defeat, because we had an Arsenal commemorative mug, which was the right way up in 1979, and then when I looked in 1980, it was upside down. So, sorry, Arsenal fans, 36 years later, I decided to confess that. I mean, probably Brookings' one header in his lifetime.
I think you've done it twice.
You're right.
Yeah. That's the only one that won a cup, anyway.
True,
Yeah,
but I'm blaming myself for that. But always fond memories of the FA Cup ever since then.
And what about with Barnet?
Barnet doesn't have much to speak of. I mean, because they got into the league about 25 years ago. Now I'm getting old. Right. 25 years ago, we qualified for the league. So before then, it was always the qualifying round. It was always one disaster after another, in effect. we got to round 3 or 4 and got talking about Plymouth about 10 years back. But on the whole, it's more excitement rather than the results.
Exactly.
In the days of Barry Fry and Stan Flashman and so on.
I'm Cockney Byrites, he's Joe Gibney, and you've been watching On the Sofa with Cockney Byrites. As usual, check out the address below for blogs about this game. And give me a follow on @CockneyByrites on Twitter. And give Joe a follow on @JoeGibney15. Also, give the Seasiders a follow on @FelixSeasiders. And remember, support grassroots football.
Great.
Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome.
Tasty. Number 6.
Sorry, tell I've got a cough, sorry. I was holding that in for 4 questions.
Fair play, you know, Joe.
What you should have done was cough, Maidstone, cough.
What is this? Who wants to be a millionaire?
Thank you, Major.